Alright, so here we are. I promised you a little tutorial about cinematic options, and I think we can do something quite quick but give you some hints about how to use them. So here we are in some Pantley or game, and let's say I wanna select the devil, and here we are in the fight screen. So let me click in here. The controls are working, and in some Pantley we use the cinematic option for basically three kind of moves: for intros and outros, for special moves, and for throws. So for example, if I do this, not that, I call a cutscene. Or if I do this, and of course the throws. So for this tutorial, let's make a little cinematic option for this move. Her strong kick, which she basically slams the ground with her sword. Alright. So here I am. I'm out of the game, and I look for my move. In this case is this L patada fuerte, which means a strong kick. The L is for Luzbel or character, and I can select here open in movie editor. Okay, so if I open here or animation, we can see this is my animation. I'll turn on the hitboxes, and here it is. This move takes 84 frames in total. So let's close this preview, because when we open the cinematic options, there we can open a new preview window. So let's go here, cinematic options, and let's add a new cinematic. As you can see, I'll just move a bit around here and put the microphone in a better position. So as you can see, the options are abundant, if you want to call it that. We have the casting frame, the cinematic type, character speed for character, opponent, freeze physics, a lot of things. But first, let's go to camera preview, and as you can see, we go to game view, and if I move the timeline for my cinematic camera, well, it looks kind of strange, but let's work with that. Alright, first, how much time is the cinematic options last? For example, this move lasts for 84 frames. That's a little bit more than a second. So let's say I want my cinematic camera to last a second. I can see Luzbel is moving a bit more, but also the camera goes far away, and we can keep good track of it. So let's go here to scene, and here we're gonna work with our camera. I need both views to work properly. Alright, so I put my game view here, and here is the scene. So let's select our camera, let's move it, and let's say that's kind of a good point for our cinematic options. So here below in our cinematic options, we have this, which is the first position of the camera, and this, which is the final position, initial position and final position. Alright, this button here, snap current camera info, is pretty useful because we move our camera. So if we click here, it will give us the rotation and position of our camera in this frame, the final position. We are here now working with the initial position, but this button isn't available here for initial position. Let's say it could be a good mod for UFE to add that option in the future. So I'm gonna copy and paste these values over here. So now this is our initial position. If I move our timeline, you can see that the camera basically doesn't move because its final position and initial position is the same. So now let's say right here in the end we can move again our camera. Let's move it up, and we can also tilt it a bit, for example this, and move it a bit away from our character. So if we press snap correct camera info again, now the camera, as you can see, goes from our initial position to this last position. Alright, so we have these two camera positions. Basically it makes an interpolation of the animation between these two. Now another important thing is this movement speed. Basically what it does is how fast the camera is gonna move. By default it's in 2, but for example if it's set to 1, the camera will move smoothly between the two frames. The higher we make this value is how fast the camera will go from one state to the other. For example, if we put it here at 100, the camera will immediately go to the final position. But now we're gonna leave it here in 1. Alright? So we've set a cinematic option, and let's close the preview and let's launch the game again. Alright, so here we are again in our game, and if I press the strong kick, now it has this nice cinematic look to it. So as you see, setting up cinematic option is quite easy, but maybe we can do another video and add some more interesting effects like time and physics freeze. But well, I hope this is useful for you, and I'll add another video pretty soon. Better yet, I hope I'm gonna make it right now.